from the soul with it. Yeah. So we all know by now that Brandon Ingram had a huge performance last night with the Lakers in a victory over the Sacramento Kings. Brandon Ingram finished with 31 points, 9 rebounds, and 3 assists. And he really just looked incredible last night. Today on ESPN LA Radio with Keyshawn Johnson, Travis Rogers, and LZ out, they spoke about Brandon Ingram and how LeBron James had nothing but high-level praise for Brandon Ingram. Travis Rogers stated that it must be very intoxicating to have someone like LeBron James on your team, someone who you can soak up so much knowledge from and just being around him. And that's when Keyshawn Johnson found out that Brandon Ingram's locker was in fact right next to LeBron James' locker. So his exact quote was, "Well, knowing that LeBron's locker is next to Ingram's, it says something to me. It says that Luke Walton, the coaching staff, and the front office didn't put Lonzo Ball next to him. They put Ingram locker next to him." So that's when Travis Rogers stated, well, Lonzo has to be playing and to be anywhere. And that's when Keyshawn Johnson finished explaining how the Lakers front office see something special in Ingram, and they want someone like LeBron James to lead him and get the best out of him, both on and off the court. Just having small little conversations, he says, like, you'll be surprised as guys are putting on their tennis shoes and the little bit they could learn from a guy who has been doing this for 16 years, then says LeBron James will probably be around for another 16 years. And I'm like, I said, bruh, I'm like, Keyshawn, bruh, do you know in 16 years, LeBron James will be 50 years old, bruh? Okay. But on a serious note, I do think it's a great thing to have LeBron and Ingram locker next to each other. Last night, I seen different instances when Ingram will go to the bench and he'll be sitting right next to LeBron James on a bench. But Ingram has to be a sponge and soak up as much knowledge as possible. You know, he doesn't seem like a guy who is very talkative, but, you know, he doesn't seem like a guy that's just going to come ask for help or ask LeBron, what do you see out there on the floor that I may need to change or I may need to correct? You know, I'm just going off what I see from off the cameras. I'm not behind the scenes, so I don't know and I can't really assume, but I'm just kind of looking at from what I see. Even when you looked at Kobe Bryant standing next to Michael Jordan and he bent down next to Michael Jordan and he asked him, a lot of players would have been scared. You know, like I remember Allen Iverson was like, he was so starstruck when he seen Michael Jordan. So a lot of people be so starstruck that they scared to ask questions. So I think that's what Brandon Ingram needs to do in order for him to go to that next level. But as far as Lonzo Ball locker not being next to LeBron, I have to agree with Keyshawn. It seems that the Lakers have a lot of faith in Brandon Ingram. And maybe the Lakers don't view Lonzo Ball how they view him when they first drafted him. You know, even Magic Johnson said out his mouth that he's seen a lot of similarities with, you know, himself and, you know, Lonzo Ball. Him saying that Lonzo Ball was the next version of himself, especially now that Magic has said out of his own mouth that LeBron reminds him so much of himself. He's probably like, man, I don't really need you no more. Like, I got LeBron. He's a superstar in the sport, and he's closer to me where he's at in his career than you are. He's won championships. He's won MVPs. So I can have a, you know, conversation with LeBron James on a different level than I can have with Lonzo Ball, and then LeVar Ball doesn't make it any better. Keyshawn Johnson already stated that he thinks Lonzo Ball won't play in the preseason. Like I stated, if Lonzo Ball does not play open tonight, then I think it will be a little more clear that the Lakers may be like, all right, we got LeBron now. You know, but we don't want to jump the gun. We don't want to jump to conclusions. But LeVar Ball remarks and him saying, going on Power 106 saying, it's still Lonzo team and it's not LeBron. LeBron needed Lonzo and all this other stuff. And that could mess up Magic and, more importantly, the Lakers, Genie Bus, their business as well. Because despite how we may feel about LeBron, LeBron is still the biggest draw in basketball, whether we like it or not. Whether you like it or not, he's still the biggest draw. So if LeBron be like, I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to deal with that type of energy coming from LeVar Ball and him saying that and having so much to say, him talking about my son, you know, that's not going to be tolerated. The Lakers' attendance has probably gone way up since LeBron James has been there. So LeBron leaving that kind of would mess with their money, and the TV ratings are so high. Like, you got a preseason game that was nationally televised, like against the the Kings and against the Denver Nuggets. It's a preseason game, so it's like you don't want to mess up that money. So the problems that he had with LeVar Ball, he's going to take it out on Lonzo. So LeVar Ball's voice is very loud, and as of now, not before, but Magic Johnson has the power now. See, at first, LeVar had the power because the Lakers didn't have another star. They didn't really have no star. Lonzo Ball was the hottest thing, like smoking. So it's like Lonzo had this buzz, this huge buzz on undisputed TV shows just about every day, CNN, the thing that was going on in China. He just had so much hype around him. But that hype has died down. And LeVar could have told the Lakers, like, look, like, back then, he could have said Lonzo done. He had more leverage, and now Magic kind of had to bend to their will just a little bit because they couldn't get a star at that moment, so they had to deal with what they had to deal with, what was in front of them. But now the tide has completely changed. You know, I told y'all it's more to Lonzo Ball saying LeBron ain't God and he took my spot. Like, you know, it didn't seem serious. But like I said, jokes contain truth, have truth to it. And I think LeBron not feeling Lonzo as much because of his dad. And it got nothing to do with Lonzo, but it's more so LeVar Ball. And I think LeBron will gravitate more to Ingram because Ingram is quiet. There's potential, a lot of potential there. And like I told my cousin when Lonzo Ball was drafted, LeVar Ball, I respect him. He's a marketing genius by far. But it's this famous saying that Floyd Mayweather has said is, you got to know when to turn it on and when to turn it off. You got to know when to say something, when not to say something. You got to know when to hold your tongue and when not to hold your tongue. And sometimes LeVar can go overboard. We'll see how this plays out, but y'all get in that comment box. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Y'all think Keyshawn Johnson is reaching about the Lakers not putting Lonzo Ball locker next to LeBron? Or you think Ingram deserved to be next to LeBron? Make sure y'all get in that comment box, like, share, subscribe. I'm out. Okay.